Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Tonight, I am continuing the season of Tecmo Super Bowl on the Sony PlayStation. Last time I played against the Buffalo Bills in an overtime thriller and lost. I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm still on top of the division. I knew it was going to be a tough game going up against Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed and company. Bruce Smith was also a big factor in the game, tracking down a scrambling Cordell Stewart on multiple plays. And in the end, I just couldn't produce enough points to beat them. Didn't win the kickoff in overtime. And we still got quite a ways to go in this season. So far, having a good time playing Tecmo Super Bowl on the PlayStation. How's it going, Stutter and Stick and Monty Williams? Good to see you guys in the chat. I know when I play a game of this, it's going to take about twice as long as a Tecmo Super Bowl game on the NES, so I can't just crank out games left and right. But if I take it in doses, it's a fun game to play. What's up, Thrash? Long time no see for you. How are you doing? Yeah, back in 2020, had some online games with Thrash. Those were always fun. Do I still play? I do still play, but I don't play online. I'll play in person pretty much. Let's see who we're going to be up against in this version of Tecmo Super Bowl. It's pretty much automatic simulation, and it just brings you to the next man or coach game. That's right, Super Bowl on PlayStation. So far, pretty much every time I've played this on the channel, it catches someone's eye and they're like, I didn't even know this was on PlayStation. Fantasy draft on Madden 03. I know the fantasy draft streams are popular and I have fun doing them. It's just getting the time and energy to do the over 3-hour stream. I can't promise anything, but when I do get that time, I'll do it. I've heard there's a new TPC. Do you like it better? Is it worth checking out? What's up, Adam? All right, let's see who we're playing. Comeback report. Oh yeah, I do remember I lost Rod Woodson in that game against the Bills. That was a big loss. If I had him, I might have been able to stop the Bills a little bit. We're going up against the Oilers. Find their helmet, get it on the overlay, change the player to computer. How's it going, Dwayne? This version of Tecmo has grown on me. It is more like a simulation. It doesn't have the flashy cutscenes, but it still has enough elements of Tecmo to make it fun. You just have to deal with the changes that are maybe not all for the best, but it's just different. How's it going, James Bond? Merry belated Christmas to you, too. $20 on the Oilers. I'm not sure who the running back is. TPC mini tourneys. I'll take a look at the website when I'm done with this game, check it out. I always liked Tecmo Player Circuit, TPC online for Tecmo Super Bowl, NES, because you could just pick up and play games whenever you wanted, and it kind of kept a top, 15, top 10. They've changed it over time, and you didn't really have to worry about scheduling games for online seasons with people. You just, whenever you had time, you just see who's online to play them, and then upload the games and get a rank. So that was always my preferred way to play it online, for sure.
Second down and 7. I wonder how they'll attack from
So,
this position.
Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES compared to this, it's much more exciting, and I would say the cutscenes are a big part of that.
Third down.
This one, just a lot more plays to look through. You got defensive plays, which is
I formation.
newer to Tecmo Super Bowl games. And play to play, there isn't those
Fourth down and 4.
action cutscenes, so it doesn't have the same feel. No punting. I did not pick a punt return. Good punt. Got a few yard bounce. It's in Challenges channel on Discord. Oh yeah, I think he did message me not too long ago, maybe a month ago or so, and told me about it. Yeah, I'm just kind of out of it.
I formation.
Just kind of ran there because I mentally, as I picked that play, I'm like, oh yeah, you have to switch which button after you hike to go through the receivers. Broncos versus Pittsburgh on Madden 03. Adam's asking for some Madden 03 action. Yeah, lost yards in that one.
I wonder how they'll attack from this position. It's a difficult play.
Oh, I didn't even see the guy that was behind him. He looked wide open. It's definitely ghosting. I'm going to go for it. It's kind of like probably not the best decision early, but pretty confident I could run with it. Run with the ball with Cordell and get this first down if it doesn't. No one's open, which they are not, and I wasn't even close to getting that pickup. Got sacked, bad decision, and now we got a D up. Gotta live with the overconfidence. And they're losing yards. So the big thing is just really want to keep him to a field goal. In the middle, not for much. I haven't been to a Bears game in a long time. I want to say the last game I was at was a preseason game. Probably in like 2018 or something like that. But regular season was probably versus the Broncos. I wanted to see Peyton Manning play, but he was injured, so Brock Osweiler was the quarterback, and the Bears got handled by him. That's when he was having a good season for the Broncos.
32-yard field goal.
But no, you know, ever since everything got shut down and the NFL didn't allow fans in the stadium,
Gets the first points of the game.
or spread out stadiums with barely any fans, I just stopped caring about pro sports. But I still, you know, still like these old sports games in retrospect. I still enjoy the sports, just not in the professional level these days. He's got him beat. But he turned around.
Incomplete.
So far, a rough go on offense.
Second down and 10. Run and shoot.
56. Boss gets breaking tackles. It looked like it was going to be a loss.
And 3. Shotgun.
Red 56.
Man. It's pretty. How much yards did I lose on that?
Fourth down
Oh man.
and 10.
So bad on offense. I'm going to punt this time. If it was 4th and 5 or less, I probably would have went for it again, but there were open
First down
receivers.
and 10.
I just wasn't ready to throw.
I formation.
Blue 24.
Picked off, that's huge. I did go. The two most notable games I went to during they were in the second three-peat era of the Bulls. I went to a home game the year they were 72-10, and it was one of the games they lost at home. I think they only lost 2 games at home, and I was at one of them. They lost to the Wizards. I remember Pippen was not playing that day. He was injured or something, or had the flu. And they couldn't handle the Wizards. Chris Webber and company. And the other game that I went to that was high profile was against the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. Although I am questioning now if that was in the Bulls' heyday or just
One setback.
later on against one of the not so good Bulls teams.
Quarterback sack.
What's up, K. Sanders? Well, Christmas was good.
That's the end of the first
How was yours?
quarter.
3-0 Oilers.
Third down and 7.
You know, they just have... They have some fast guys on defense. I'm not able to just easily get away. See, this guy's coming in on me. Just got lucky there. Just heaved it up because nothing was going. And
First down and 10. I wonder how they'll defend in this situation.
got a completion.
Run and shoot.
Red 44. Hut.
When they retired Favre's number in 2015. Getting wide with the bus. Yeah, Bears don't win many games.
Second down.
If they played the Packers, they're just horrible versus the Packers. It's funny how Bears fans always get up for those Bears-Packers games. The coaches that come into Chicago talk about how that's one of their main goals to beat the Packers, and it just never happens.
First down. And 10.
Black 45. Black
2K3
45.
PS2 game? Oh, champion gray hoodie. I'm surprised by that. Vintage Echo gloves. Man, they're just chasing. This guy is too fast.
Quarterback sack.
I got quite a few sacks on me already.
Down. And long. I wonder how they'll defend in this situation. Run and shoot.
It'd definitely be tougher if I didn't have that option to run, because it's like everyone here is covered. It would just be fumble, Cordell Stewart.
Turnover. First down. And 10.
Christmas gifts. I got some clothes.
Second down. And 2.
Only one pair of socks this year. What's up, Deontay Jenkins? Yeah, Happy New Year pretty soon.
Third down. And 1.
So for a few years now, I just usually, my wife asks me what I want, and I just usually tell her some video game that I would like to try playing just for the day. You know, kind of like the nostalgic video game Christmas gift. So this year I got Sonic Frontiers
And 1.
on the Switch, and it's definitely different from the other Sonic games, but there's a lot more to do in it. Like, seems to be like an open world, and then you
First down.
go to levels that are built in the open world. So there's a lot to do in it, which for me, I don't feel like I'm gonna have the time to do all the stuff in the game. So I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my brother if he wants that game versus the game I got him and his girlfriend, which is the House of the Dead remake, the first one on the Switch.
Second down. And 10.
Because that's more my type of game. Just pick up and play. See how far you could get. And that's it.
24. Red 24.
There we go. It's like he had him beat, and then the defender ran past him. It was, but the thing was, back then, you didn't understand how, at least I didn't. I didn't understand. I just liked the NBA. I didn't understand how special it was, so there were years where I'm like, man, the Bulls win every year. Like, I'm just rooting for the Jazz this year. Like, let someone else win.
Out of bounds. First down. And 10.
Yeah, you must feel good wearing those gloves.
I formation.
I'm not going to say they're a one of a kind, but there's probably not a lot of people rocking them these days. The bus is just not moving too quick.
Second down. And 4.
This drive is going well. If we could keep it grooving this way. And defender. It's delayed reaction from the defenders, but as soon as you pass that line of
And
scrimmage,
10.
they do go for you.
Shotgun.
Ready, set, hut, hut.
The bus is open.
Jerome Bettis.
He makes the grab.
First down and 1. I wonder how they'll attack from this position.
Black 44.
Run and shoot.
Spread it out. Touchdown, Steelers. JB, Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bettis.
What do I think about Sammy Sosa? He was popular in Chicago around the same time, a little bit after. I mean, he was entertaining to watch at the time, but I mean, he obviously was willing to do whatever it took to get his status up, his strength up. In retrospect, he's not an athlete I would look up to,
And 10.
but just for entertainment value at the time,
Formation.
he was good.
33, hut.
Houston has called timeout. Second down and 6.
I mean, Frank Thomas was always a big thing throughout the 90s too, with the White Sox.
Incomplete.
The Sox were good at
Third down and
having a good record, making the playoffs, and then not doing anything in the playoffs.
D formation.
Black 24. Black
And then the one year, a lot of people were projecting them to
Sanders.
win the World Series is when there was the strike.
And that's the end of the second quarter.
All right, 7-3. So like you said, slower pace, Tecmo Super Bowl. Oilers not doing much of anything. If it wasn't for me going for it on fourth down deep in my own territory, they probably would have no points on the board.
First down and 10. Shotgun.
Black 28. Black 28.
We're now taking it. And we'll just try to squeak some yards out.
Second down and 3.
Oh yeah, they made that a huge deal. The fact that you know the guy's name who caught the foul ball was Bartman.
Shotgun.
Blue 24. Blue 24. Hut, hut.
Yeah, Moises Alou was in position. Oh, throw is off.
Incomplete.
To get a big out in an inning where the
Third down and 3.
the opposing team scored a ton of runs, that would have stopped the bleeding. So yeah, they're blaming the guy who caught the foul ball. How ridiculous. It's like, oh yeah, but the other 3 errors they made in that inning didn't matter, right?
First down and 10.
It's just like how they could get people to pile on someone just by media attention.
Formation.
Ready, set, hut.
Apparently the guy was a big
Incomplete.
Cubs fan his whole life.
Second down and 10. I wonder
I mean,
how they'll
in the
attack
heat
from
of the
this
moment,
position.
if a foul ball is coming to you and it's in reaching distance of arm length, and it's a World Series game. I mean, I would say most people would be tempted to try to catch that as well. It's a traditional thing to try to catch foul balls at baseball games. Like, even as a kid, you would bring a mitt to a baseball game trying to catch a foul ball if one came your way. Hank's asking why this game, because I never gave this version of Tecmo Super Bowl a fair shake, and I wanted to play through a full season and, you know, give my analysis on it.
Quarterback sack. Al Smith. Second down and long.
And I like the challenge that I'm receiving versus the computer in trying to get used to this. Oh, Cordell hurdling him. I don't know how... If I had a fast running back, I think it would... Offensively, I'd be doing about the same or better. But the fact that Cordell Stewart has the 50 max speed at quarterback really gives me an option to get some yards on the ground, bail me out of passing plays where there's nothing going, and gives me the ability to keep drives alive and move the ball down the field. What's up, Felipe? He was open for a second there. Move outside. Oh, he jumped over him, but I went out of bounds.
Second down and 1.
Does it play like a Tecmo game? I mean, yeah, you still scroll through the receivers, horizontal. It's still got some of the classic plays like the run and sweep, run and shoot sweep that I just ran. So yes, it does, but it doesn't have the cutscenes. You know, the player speeds aren't, they're not as fast. But they do hurdles and they drag ball carriers. And you don't do the tapping in grapple tussle situations to try to get rid of the defender. So that's different. So that doesn't play like a Tecmo game. So touchdown. Bettis got 2 in this game. Oh, 2001, 2002, one-hand catch. You know, I don't blame them for putting that animation in for those games, because we see nothing like it, really, a smooth animation like that, until those games. I'm trying to think, you know, NFL 2K might have had a one-handed catch animation, but it definitely wasn't as smooth as what was shown in Madden 2001 on PS2. But it happened very much more frequently than one-handed catches would actually occur in NFL games.
Second down and 8.
So here we go. Dragging for nothing.
Come on late. Third down and 9.
I think, you know, from playing this game, a few people were curious and ended up purchasing the game. What's up, Jay Pickney? Shelby is here. Thanks for stopping in on the chat. Shelby, you have any experience with this Tecmo Super Bowl on the PlayStation? ball's flopping around. The lineman picked it up.
First down. And
So, Adam, what area are you from? Because, see, that did not happen in my area because the Bulls starter jackets were, I don't know, they just were gone. I don't think any of my friends were actually had a Bulls starter jacket. We all had different teams. A lot of Hornets. I had like a Seattle Supersonics one and a Florida State one. So those were my two. And, you know, other people had other teams, Raiders.
shotgun.
Magic one was also tough to get.
And that's the end of
14-3 going into the fourth.
third down. And 5.
Yeah, Magic very popular in the mid-90s once they had Shaq and Penny.
Double tight end.
Block 24. Block 24. Hut, hut, hut. Hut, 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 hut.
And I think I got the first down there.
First down.
Still thoughts,
First down.
regular catch a skill. Yeah, the catch animations in those games are more realistic and normal
Double tight
than Madden 2001. I do remember the one-handed catch in Madden 2002 as well, but I don't remember it happening as frequently as 2001. Magic, Braves, Tennessee Vols. Yeah, Tennessee. See, I'm pretty sure, like, places that weren't Chicago, they had
I formation.
better access to get the Bulls gear. I don't know why they didn't make more in Chicago, but 100
100 yards.
100 yards rushing for Cordell on the ground.
Out of bounds. First down.
The Magic have been to the finals with Dwight Howard, and that was a little bit of a surprise. I remember that year. So yeah, they've done something one year, but that's about it. A Cook with the sack.
Quarterback sack. Second down. And long. Shotgun.
It's hard to figure out when you're gonna throw the ball in this because it's not like other Tecmo Super Bowls where the guys are like just wide open. Sometimes
Third down.
them being open is more like it is in actual football where they're just past the defender, but they're still covered. Like everyone looks covered.
Out of bounds. First down.
Game day ACL injuries, they would limp around. I don't know if I remember that.
Run and shoot.
Red 28. Red 28. Hut, hut.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're talking about. K. Sanders, varsity NBA baggy jackets, the starter jackets. Jerome Bettis with 3 touchdowns. Oilers don't seem like they can do anything on offense.
It's good.
The creative player in that game never really messed around with it too much.
down and 10.
So they have no chance really of coming back. This isn't
I formation.
this isn't other versions of Tecmo Super Bowl where you could score a few touchdowns quickly. That could have been a pick.
Incomplete.
Got one interception in this game so far.
Second down and 10. One setback.
Ready, set, cut.
They're just throwing to cover guys.
Third down and 10.
Yeah, I've never been a tattoo guy myself. I don't have any tattoos.
Blue, 44, cut.
Never too interested in putting ink in my skin.
Fourth down and 9.
Oh, the one time I picked punt return, Chris Chandler sacked.
First down.
Well, yeah, back then I did get Maddens on launch day. So my Uncle Jimmy was manager of a GameStop for about 10 years in the Chicagoland area in Niles. So every year I'd drive over there, even though it was close to an hour drive, and I would go get it from him. I think he would give me his employee discount. But I'd just hang out there for like an hour. A couple years they had parties for the launch of Madden, so they had like some food and chips. Nothing big, but they still did it.
Houston has called timeout. Third down and 8.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's risking their life not liking a game. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. Some people, they just don't like certain games.
Run and shoot.
Blue, 44, cut, 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 cut.
A lot of different starter jackets. Oh yeah, Cowboys. I remember people having Cowboys starter jackets. America's football team. Yeah, we got a throw-in touchdown. C. Johnson. Well, this is turned into pretty much a beatdown of the Oilers. What would you say is the best Madden of the like Sega Genesis era? Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Because it did change a little bit going into the late 90s. Chris Chandler gets a completion. That's a good question. I don't know if they specifically showed Tennessee.
Has called timeout. Third down.
Launch parties for football games. You wonder what that was like. I mean, it was just, you know, some excitement about what was coming out. It was cool because it was like a community thing, and all the people that were there were getting the same game, so you could have a conversation with people who were picking up the game. And yeah, I mean, I wish stuff like that still existed. Like, I still go in GameStop in the mall by me because they have a better selection of games, but I really don't like what they've done over the years, making the employees try to get you to buy a warranty and the spiel of magazines sometimes or subscriptions. It's like, come on. Like, this is what it was supposed to be. And like my uncle managing a GameStop, he's a sports guy. I can't remember the last time I talked to anyone in a GameStop or looked like anyone who would care anything about sports. Some don't even care that they're working there, to be honest.
One setback.
Yellow. 24. Hut.
Chandler's deepest throw of the game.
Incomplete. Third down.
It was like
And 10.
a rainbow color array of starter jackets. What a time.
T formation.
Yellow. 24.
I do remember that era though. It was like you felt like you had to have one. It's good marketing.
And 10.
What's up, Eli the Wolf? How you doing? 38 seconds. Vic in 2003. I never been at a game with Vic live. Only seen him on TV.
Second down. And 1. I wonder how they'll defend in this situation.
Very fashionable for your 12. Oh. Hook-up kind of guy that knows a guy. I kind of dabble in that sort of thing, but there's definitely people who have more guys or people that do things than I do. So yeah, the Oilers was able to hold them to 41 total yards and only 2 first downs. Big rebound game versus the Oilers after losing to the Bills in overtime. I think I'll take a look at the records in this one. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this is not what I was expecting to see. I was going to go look at my not NFL records, but the season individual statistics. But this shows at the time this game, the most touchdowns was Emmitt Smith with 25. The Packers kicker. Dan Marino, most passing yard season with 5,084. Steve Young, best rating. Pass receptions, Herman Moore, 123. Receiving yardage, Jerry Rice. So these were actual NFL records at the time. Rushing yards, running back Rams. I think that's Eric Dickerson. Sacks, DL Jets. That was beat by Strahan later on. Wow, 14 picks, DB Raiders. I'm not sure who that is. So yeah, Shelby saying that is Eric Dickerson. That's what I figured. I don't know who these two are though. DL Jets, sacks, and interceptions. So this they added on to the game. So if you have a good season, you can see your player up there. Eric Lane, 14 picks. So what I was trying to look at was the leaders. I guess I'll look at rushing first. Like Cordell Stewart's probably, yep, leading the league in rushing, the 647. That's been my most consistent offense. Actually, I want to look at the, well, that's just for yards. Let me see scoring. Really like the transitions and layout of how they did the the records and the stats. So Jerome Bettis has the most points, which after 3 touchdowns I figured he'd be in the top list, but he's number 1. That's a lot to get, K. Sanders. I'm pretty sure you can get that stuff now for a good price. I don't know, secret teams? Maybe. I don't know. Don't think I got anyone up there in interceptions with Rod Woodson now. The first few games I was using him every time. Oh no, but he's still up there with 3 picks. So once he gets back from injury, I'll start using him again. See if I can get him up there. Maybe make a run at Eric Lane, 14 picks, but that's gonna be rough. Let's see where Cordell stacks up in passing. Good rating, 121. Not up there in attempts because they do a lot of rushing. Yeah, he's just down there, 30, only 308 yards passing. Nothing compared to the top guys, but hey, leading the league in rushing. I don't know, maybe they like the picture of Vic on the cover. Don't know, really. So yeah, I gotta make sure I save this now. Let's look at the rankings real quick. NFL defense. Number 2 in total yards, 49ers. Up there, number 1. And we're going to look at offense real quick. And didn't expect to be up there. 19. So when you have number 2 defense, you can get away with a middle of the road offense. Kind of weird that you have to exit the season to go save, but that's the way it works. These menus didn't always make sense, and they still, a lot of games, the menus don't make sense, and there's too much to look at. We're going to update it. Yeah, Steelers defense. They're always known for their defense throughout the 90s and 2000s. Bill Cowher is the coach. And definitely having Rod Woodson is going to help the success rate of the defense. So now 3-1 on the season. Still got a ways to go. Hopefully some of you are enjoying this version of Tecmo Super Bowl. and it's not too slow paced for you. But trying to showcase some interesting games, but the Oilers just didn't have what it takes to make a competitive game. Woodson, Lloyd, Green, hell of a package. Yes, sir. They're gifted to you. Yeah, it's a good thing about liking, well, some old stuff is you could get it for a good price. When it comes to things like Pokemon cards, try to get those older cards at a better price. You're not going to do it. Same thing with sports cards. Some of them super cheap. Other ones way up there in price. But anyways, everyone, thank you for watching on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. You know we'll be back with some more sports action. And we'll see you soon. Take care. See you next time.